Welcome to Growing with the Woodpile. I am back home at the Mesa garden for a couple days, checking how everything has survived for the past 2.5 weeks. Some wins, some losses, but we'll get right into the tour. Over here in the strawberry bed, things are surviving. Strawberries do have some brown leaves. These were covering some strawberries that didn't get eaten. Got a beautiful basil plant going on right here. You need to go through and pull off the flowers. Probably down a little bit further. I'll keep that in my pocket. I like putting basil in my soda. This is a dill plant that is done. Floor clocks. Over here, the mint is very much struggling in the heat. Lavender's doing okay. My sad pepper bed. Not quite sure what's going on. It's kind of disappointing and sad. And, look what I found in the pepper bed. My cat's collar that she lost to get in my house. I really don't know what's going on with this pepper bed. I know I've mentioned it in other videos, how the tops are all off of them. I haven't found any worms. Almost feels like it was burnt off. I'm just hoping they can bounce back, survive the summer, and give me some peppers in the fall. But I do got a few in here that I can harvest that has, nope, this one has blossom end rot. Need to pull out the green beans. They didn't make the cut. Here. Another basil plant. This was the Kiki melon, but while it hasn't grown huge, it hasn't gotten any. Oh, wait a minute. Look what I found. There is one here. Hopefully you'll be ready to harvest by the time I go back up to the ranch. Again with the pepper plants. This was a new pepper plant this year. This one was new. This one was an existing. So I'm hoping they also bounce back. The plumeria tree never got any inflows. I haven't got any flowers out of him. He is one that I'm glad he can survive without a lot of water. So I forgot to tell my son to water him at least once a week. It's been at least a couple of weeks. These peppers, the Mamma Mia's, they were great tasting peppers. Unfortunately, same things happening with them. Don't mind the hose. Real life gardening here. Going down to the other back end of the pepper bed. These are also bush beans that I hadn't pulled. Another huge basil plant. These are some habaneros back here. Those look great. I don't know why these have lush green foliage and these don't. Oh, there you can see. Let me try to. That. Mint. Thyme, oregano. I need to get those to the ranch. Now, my cucumbers were slow starting, but they are starting to come along. Hopefully they will. I've always had problems with the cucumbers. I have yet to be successful. This one's kind of laid itself down. Hasn't really started climbing. Maybe I need to give him some help. Here, go little guy, climb. Now he is climbing. I had also on this, oh, that's funny. There's still some carrots in here. I thought I'd pulled them all out, and there's a few left. I'll have to get to those. The green stalks are looking a little rough. I really want to get into the ranch. I just haven't had the chance. All of these basils have flowered and seen better days, but hopefully I can get them up there. More basil, green onions. Now over here, these were supposed to be some climbing green beans, and I don't know if I just planted the wrong kind because nothing's climbing. They're supposed to be those red Chinese noodle beans. Beautiful basil plant. Beautiful weed here. gotta be careful when you pick these. These have like little pokey thorns on them. So, need to pull those. Oh no. Echinacea plant that I never got to see flower. I don't think he's not getting water. Or just the heat's too much for him. More basil over here. This was the Napa tomato that I put in last fall. Struggling in the heat. Another dill plant. It's done. There's a chocolate cherry in here. Now, what are you? I think you are. It says you're an African daisy, but I think you're a weed. Pretty sure you're a weed. Got more basil going on up here. These were all cilantros that I hadn't replanted. Some green onion in here. They're just struggling in the heat. I don't think my son's been watering them enough, but I get what I get when I'm gone. This was the volunteer tomato plant. I don't know what he is. It's not huge. This was the lettuce leaf basil. Coming down here on the back side of the Napa. This, I'm pretty sure, is a weed. And he's huge, but I thought he was an okra and he wasn't. So let's go ahead and, wow, here we're easy to pull out. The okra over here has not gotten big. Don't know what's going on with him. Those baby ones. I think with all the heat, I mean, I do have shade cloth, but it's only like 40% shade cloth. More basil going on over here. It's about the only thing I got really going good in the garden right now. Over here is for my tomatillos, like put the dust. Never quite made it through. One little okra right here that's struggling. Tomato alley is more like tomato mess. Celery that I probably should just pull. You see how much I had harvested down there before. This was chard. Another baby okra that hasn't lived up to its potential. Basil, struggling. Pepper plant here. I had replanted a melon in here and nothing came up. What are you? I know you. Pepper plant are you? I think this was the red bullhorn that I liked. And he has a few on him. Oh, yep, pulling a weed while I can. We're in there good. Backside, front side of tomato alley. Parsley, struggling. This was a pear. It's been here for, I think this one's been here for a year now. What's the little, nope, I think you're from the pear. This was an orange, sun gold. Coming down here, none of these tomatoes made the cut. Lettuce that went to seed that I hadn't pulled. Now these are the Paul Robesons here. And I did see that there is 2 back in there, so hopefully they will stay. The zinnia plant, no, I haven't overwatered him. He's struggling. This was the trick or treat. He's really bushing out, not so compact, but he's yet to put on any peppers. Cosmo in the front. Here we go. Here's some zinnias. Back here, I do see one pepper I could harvest. Oh, with the whole branch. Don't know what's digging in here. Don't know if that's my cats. This is probably Hibiscus roselle. Or pretty sure it's not okra. Coming down over here, the eggplants. And they're finally starting to do better. I'll go on the other side in a minute and show you the flowers. This was for the support of the eggplant, but it's kind of fallen over. On the back side here, these are beautiful Roselle hibiscus. The 4 o'clock's falling out. Not quite sure what kind of cucumber you are. Attached himself to the 4 o'clock instead of up the trellis. With a random tomato plant, it's not doing so well. I'll have to come back out here and see if I can get him to trellis. Got some calendula over here that's struggling to hang on. There was a tomato plant back here. Not quite sure if he's going to make it. Some basil, some purple basil right there. This here that's vining up is actually a cucamelon that I didn't plant, so I don't know if it was old seeds or supposedly they have like tubers underneath the ground. This was endive that has some little flowers. It's all gone to seed. But let's come over here. There's more pepper plants struggling in here. This is a little mini red. Never got very many off of him. So let's look at this purple flower right here. Oh, well, I just knocked him off of the Black Beauty eggplant. But they are finally bouncing back and coming along. Down this alley that had all the tomatoes, I probably should just pull this tomato plant. I'm kind of done with him. And just let the cucamelon take over. Just because. Got all these dead tomatoes on here since I've been gone. There's a few over here. So hard when you see a few. You're like, I gotta let them live. Not sure what lettuce this was that has completely dried out. Should probably harvest those seeds. Donate them. This tomato plant, I never really cared for these small tomatoes. But I don't know what this is. I don't know if that's... Don't know what it is. Green onion going on down here. Finally gotten a set of chives that's finally starting to grow and be bigger. So I would like to harvest some of those. Little baby eggplant here. This eggplant here is doing better. And I'm pretty sure this must be a zinnia volunteer. Pepper plant back in here. What are you? You're a lunchbox. I bought that one from Home Depot. Need to pull out this Cosmo in front. That was one of my existing pepper plants. Now this pepper bed, this is the sweet pepper bed, and it's just struggling. Got this huge pepper on this little tiny plant, so I'm just gonna pull him off, see if he can bounce back. These are some existing plants, and they just don't have a whole lot of leaves, so I just don't know if they're gonna make it. Some zinnias, some basil, some dill. This was the kabachi pepper. This Anaheim that I left here in the sweet pepper bed, it died. Poor thing. Poor me. All the pepper plants are just struggling. So I don't know what this leaf pattern is, but I should probably find out if I want peppers. So I want a garden. Over here, another pepper bed. This one was existing. These were all California Wonders. Ooh, that's good news. Look at this guy. He's huge. What are you? You're probably a cantaloupe. I should probably figure out. Oh. I don't support you, but it just shows, see that your bottom's cracked open. Let's see if we can get in there. He's cracked open. So, I need to come take him out before I get an infestation of ants. Let's see, what are you? You are a Getty Squash. I'll probably just pull this one out because this one is doing great. So, you keep going, doing your thing, little guy. There's another squash in here. Let's see, can't find tag, but he's starting to flower. Down here now, these cosmos are doing well. Some type of melon in here. Oh, I found another hidden melon. Yay! What are you? I'm pretty sure he's a cantaloupe. He's just green. There's some, I'm not sure if they're pollinated. Now these were the carrots that flowered. I don't know if they're ready for me to harvest the seeds, but I want to pull one of them. They're kind of alien looking. Not quite sure when they're ready. Alright, all filled in here is Gajari and other melons. So that doesn't look like Gajari. I don't know what he is. But I do got some melons coming. That's exciting. Over here, I am going to sit in my favorite chair, but he's kind of dirty. So I replanted this melon. He's stunted and not very big. Here's another melon that I replanted. From this one, this is a honeydew. He's moving over and taking over the area. Oh look, there is a Gajari right there. Probably from this bed. I hear a bug over there. It's freaking me out. So, we got some things going on. Not a complete failure, but it is that time of year. Oh, this is a scallop. A scallop that squash, and look, there's some little baby ones here. I finally may get a few zucchini. I have struggled with these fabric beds. I have a tutorial on how to make them, and then how I went back and kind of drilled the holes in them, or burnt the holes in them to see if they could survive. So before it probably gets too hot, I'm going to go shoot up front, see what's going on with the flowers, but then probably come out and be able to sit in my chair for a minute and enjoy the garden before it gets over 100. But this is another roselle here, and with probably time, my little, what are you, chamomile is succumb to the heat. But a few ones for today. I'll take that. Green onion, probably struggling in the heat. Oh yeah, and that is my decoy butternut. Butternut? What were you? You died in the heat. Blue Hubbard squash. He finally never was able to be my decoy before the heat took him over. Alright, let's head out front. Front aloe vera plants. They're doing well. They got little pups. I made these the wrong way, filling the dirt. I put a bunch of the bougainvillea and this bush, whatever this is, in the bottom, and straw and dirt and compost. All the soil's sinking, and it smelled like sewer for a while, so yeah, not the greatest plan. All the flowers in here, except the roses, have died off. Yeah, I planted some sunflowers in there, but nothing came up. Sunflowers are coming up over here. This was the calendula, and there's a few zinnias, some catnip right here. But I had some of the flowers are coming up, and a really big weed. This is a weed. Yeah. Don't think I can pull in with one hand. Maybe I can. Not quite sure. I'm pretty sure that maybe, probably some catnip. But got a few things going on. Still, hopefully, get some sunflowers. Zinnias stay alive. But we're taking the wins today. Thank you for learning and growing with the woodpile.